usse pehle now we will have one more presentation, and that presentation is by Mr. Mehtab Singh Mann, Senior Vice President, HDFC Bank. Can we please have you here on stage? And ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Mehtab Singh Mann?
I've got my colleague Debashish from Bombay here. We are representing HDFC Bank from the digital perspective. So we have a very few slides to just showcase as a bank, and even for that matter as a banking sector and industry, what is it that the banks are doing for example, e-governance, or to make life easy, make it convenient, make it for your business, for the government departments, institutions, to make their life easy, how to make their productivity for the government departments or institutions. So we have some slides. So Debashish will just take you through. If you can just start.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. We'll keep it short. We all know banks as traditional banking, but in the COVID has actually shown us the way ahead, that digital is the next wave that everybody has to adapt. So if I divide now in a real scale, what is banking? Banking is two parts. One is the retail banking, the traditional way of branch banking, where the consumer goes, open accounts. It's actually a way of banking for Bharat. And the next set of banking is the digital banking, where consumers are sitting at their home can complete their any day-to-day banking activities by themselves, without in fact going to a branch or asking anybody to get in touch. So we'll quickly we have some small slides on what is digital banking and what's the way ahead. We have categorized with digital banking, and since it's a short call, we're limiting it to API banking. I'm sure all of you guys know what are APIs. The next big thing that's going to change in the ecosystem of banking is an API banking, where partnerships, where consumers sitting at their home with the convenience can do banking and open accounts without visiting a branch, whether it's an account, savings account, loan, credit cards, etc. And the best part is the data security part with regards to API banking is completely secure. The banks are using cloud infrastructure to ensure that it's seamless, it's faster, and it's actually convenient for a consumer to do their day-to-day activities. I'll quickly move ahead. This gives rise to open banking. This gives rise to neo-banks. This gives rise to the banks which actually says we don't need to be present in every city, every corner, or every nooker of the city. Every consumer is my consumer. They can open and use our services sitting at the convenience of their home or their office. They don't have to kind of spend time visiting the branches to open or to get their services for any of the banking services. One example I want to kind of throw is lending. There's a push. We all know that the government is easing norms for Digital India. Keeping in mind the government initiative of Digital India, every bank is moving towards digitization. So if you look at this slide for a minute, a lot of new initiatives with the government, the ecosystem is doing, like buy now, pay later, home loans from at the ease of their house, personal loans. Government has also got in account aggregator, which is a great tool for banks to ensure that a consumer data is secured, encrypted, and the consumer is actually owning what he or she wants to share with the organization so that his or her loan is getting processed. Nowadays, bankings are using a lot of AML, AI, machine learning tools to ensure that the decision making to give away loan is faster. It's not that 3, 7, 10 days, which used to take earlier. You can do it in 10 seconds. We at HDFC Bank actually give consumers 10-second loans. Of course, with the help of all AIs, AML, decision-making tools. I'll skip this. It's more of a process part. But what this slide only shows that we have a huge scope. The industry says by going by the trend, by 2024, approximately $450 billion worth of loans will be done via digital lending. So no need of going to the branches, no need of visiting your relationship manager. You can do it at your home. That's how big the scope is. I'll just move this. Now we will just kind of take away a few slides to tell you what HDFC Bank is doing with government sectors.
Yeah. So basically, this is not just pertaining to HDFC Bank. There are a lot of other banks also. So since this is a global discussion on IT, all leading banks now have migrated away from simple deposits and collections and lending. Now we are partnering with government bodies, whether they are state, urban local bodies, autonomous bodies, large institutions. We are making what we have tied up with domain experts who basically is into SaaS, the software as a service. So we have impaneled, whitelisted, and onboarded domain experts of various fields. For example, whether it is like Zing HR, which is into attendance monitoring and payroll management solution, whether it is Adit Microsystems, or whether it is Tenders 247, Prop Tiger. You must have heard of all these. These are big domain-specific experts. So what these leading banks like us, what we are doing is, we are tying up with these domain experts who have a SaaS solution. We are going to our existing and prospective government customers, or whether need not be government, it can be private also. We are going to large institutions. For example, urban local body or a state government. So more than 45 projects are currently going live, in which they want to do, they track the civil work or the construction work. So we have given them a dashboard in which the district magistrate or the urban local body in charge can track as per milestone the development work, as per whether it is a highway, whether it is a construction of anything. They can do milestone tracking. And where does bank come in? That once the milestone is met, we have given that through API eNet facility, the payment can go directly to the vendor. So that is one option that we are doing. Scenario 2 is e-auction, e-tender. So just to give you an example, here in Chandigarh, town and country planning, whether it's HSVP and whether it is a UP Housing Board or Rajasthan Housing Board, so more than 45 different urban local bodies and state bodies. For example, HDFC has tied up all your e-auction, all your e-tendering, EMD management through one application and through one solution. So this is what the value addition today the leading banks are doing to the government sector. They're making their life easier. Why? Because for e-governance, 2-3 very important things are there. Number one, transparency has to be there. Correct, timely information and knowledge has to be there. So all these things are, once we give them a solution, where you get timely information, where everything is transparent, so that automatically makes the governance more successful. Then is your, for example, PFMS. So you all know the government of India has started the SNA, the Single Nodal Agency, and central sector schemes. So in that, we have tied up with all, we've got more than 600 SNA accounts with us as a bank. We are providing a customized dashboard to the parent entity. They can track the fund flow to the child, grandchild. So we have the multi-hierarchy concept. So all that, in fact, here in Chandigarh only, we've got around 5 SNA, CNAs already running successfully. This is what you call SSA Haryana, SSA Punjab. So all of them are already using our SNA. Then is your Zing HR is one example, which as a bank, we have a stake also. So as employee, I myself on my mobile app, I'm using Zing HR to check what is my salary, what is a component, what is my tax component, and my attendance. Similarly, we've tied up with a lot of government entities and large institutions. So MMU is one example of an educational institution also we've tied up, where both the administration as well as the students and the end users have an app. They can track their attendance, they can track what are the salary they're getting, they can see what are leaves they have, they can apply for leaves, they can go to for example, whether it's an institute, they can go to the library and do their payment in this. So the whole attendance monitoring and fund management solution is also part of this. Next. Yeah. So just like I told you about the earlier GPMS, the project monitoring solution for construction and civil works. So we have for district collectors also we have. Similarly, like I told you about that SNA. So we have multi-hierarchy fund management solution. So as a bank, we also provide that. And just to give you example, we have got vendors who are providing for your supply chain management. So HP, whether it's a HP Milk Federation, whether it is your Bengal Federation, and now we have got the Delhi Milk Federation also. So all of them, we are providing these solutions. So these are all, the reason I'm giving these examples is, as a banks, we are tying up and providing value addition services to all government departments, large institutions. So this is our, as a bank, you can say a service to the society, that not only we are here to get deposits and give lending, we are here to partner with you all. And in fact, I am seeing some names, a lot of fintechs are also here present. We are very happy to tie up. So we have a very strong ecosystem. So as a bank, we also take stake and sweat equity in startups. So we are very happy to tie up with some good, especially SaaS, who are into sunrise sector at least. For example, IT, who are into education, who are providing value-added services. We're very happy to tie up with them also. So I think that's it. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So that is Mr. Mehtab Singh Mann, Senior Vice President, HDFC Bank, and thank you for sharing the presentation with us. And now we would like to present a memento to you. And to do the honors, I would now like to call upon stage Mr. R.K. Arora, Commandant BSF Headquarters and Advisor, IIT Bombay. Come on, everyone. Can we please clap, clap?